Hello, baseball fans, and welcome to the latest On the Road with Marlin Family Live. Andy here, and I'm not in the driver's seat. This is very weird, not me driving. And instead of Mr. Anderson, we got Mr. Dunn. Hi. It's like a podcast, but we're gonna try to refrain talking about Marlin stuff and go into like just legitimate baseball stuff like we've done in the past, but with Dunn instead of Anderson. Sad that my two baseball friends are named Dan, that I have to differentiate you guys, because it's Jacksonville Dan and then it's Yankee Dan, but then it's Mr. Dunn, it's Mr. Anderson.
Yeah. Well, they're all Dan, as long as Dan, because Dan's a really cool name, you know.
Yeah, but don't you spell it with two N's?
Two N's. I'm special.
He spells it with one.
Well, that's sorry for him.
Yeah. All right.
Sorry, Mr. Anderson.
So, been reading through all the questions that we wanted to been asked, and I was gonna save this one for Mr. Anderson or some other guys I was gonna go down to Miami with for baseball. But I thought we touched on this in our podcast. If you guys don't believe us, go check out our, what was last week? Last week was April
26th or the 28th.
The last week of April's podcast on Marlin Family Live on the Spreaker app.
Marlin Family Live apps.
Here we go. Worst baseball fan base. Now hear me out. It doesn't have to be worst, like fair weather fan or rudest fan. You can have whatever criteria you want. What, in your opinion, is the worst baseball fan base and why?
Bandwagons.
So you're gonna go with bandwagoners. That's what you're gonna go.
That'd be one of them. Yeah, I think generalize and all in all. You start bandwagon from one team.
You're not gonna go with like a fan base that beat up some poor guy because his team won at an away stadium. No, you're gonna go with bandwagoners.
Well, he might have been a bandwagoner. You don't know. Maybe that's why he got beat up.
Okay, so you're gonna go with bandwagoners. Any example of bad bandwagoners?
Just anybody that's just gonna jump ship. I've known people in my life. I'm not gonna call you out, other people, but you know, you go from one team to another team just because, you know, you're trying to, you know, get some attention from them, or because, you know, just because they're winning, or just, I don't know, whatever your motive is. If you have, say, your favorite team is one team, and then 6 months later I see you having another favorite team, you're not a major, you're the worst fan in baseball.
Now let's expand on that, because I have a brother-in-law, huge Boston Red Sox fan. Loves the Boston Red Sox. Okay. And will always root for the Boston Red Sox.
Right.
But he lived in Orlando up until he went up to Harvard. Harvard. He's a Harvard graduate. I mean,
you gotta say that with Boston now. You have to say it. It's like the Hopper. You gotta say that the Harvard.
He's a Harvard graduate. Love my brother-in-law. He's a diehard Boston Red Sox fan in a family of Yankee fans. So that right there.
That's a hey, thumbs up on that.
All right. So, but he lived in Orlando most of his life until he went to Harvard. So he became a Tampa Rays fan. And they also had the O-Rays here, the Tampa Rays minor league affiliate, which then later became the Bull Durhams. So he became a Rays fan. Loves the Rays, but still loves the Red Sox. Red Sox are his team. So if the Rays are winning and the Red Sox are losing, he still wants the Red Sox to win, but he likes Tampa because that's the closest you have to a hometown in Orlando.
That's a whole different ball game. That's not a bandwagon ball game. That's you live there ball game.
Let me add to that.
Okay.
Add to that. So he goes to Harvard, comes back to Orlando, graduates from the University of Florida as well, where he meets his wife. His wife becomes a lawyer. Then they get a job offer in Arizona, Phoenix. So now he's a Diamondbacks fan as well, and they have a little girl who every picture I see of her is wearing Diamondback stuff. Now, I bet you if it comes down to the Red Sox versus the Rays in the ALCS, he's gonna wear Red Sox stuff.
Right.
If it comes to that Red Sox versus the Diamondbacks in the World Series, he's gonna wear Red Sox stuff, but he's going to the World Series in Arizona.
I said that's understandable. That's understandable. I do understand the moving from one train to another. You cheer for that local team. Yes. You still have your diehard team at heart. I'm just talking about the dude who lives in, say, Seattle, and is an Oakland guy today, a Seattle guy tomorrow, and then all of a sudden he's a Yankee guy next time you know it.
Okay.
That dude, you're I don't know what to call you. You know what I'm saying?
Okay. So let's delve into that a little bit more.
Yeah, hopper.
So let's dive into that a little more. Are baseball fair weather fans worse than any other sport fair weather fans?
I don't know. I think you get more hostility with college sports.
Professional. Forget college.
Things like
Leave
that.
college alone. College is a whole little flipping entity.
Yeah, you know, you jump ship on that, man. You might get beat down like that dude.
The only time I jump ship is when it's Notre Dame, because I like my wife and I love my father-in-law, because, you know, I don't want to get disowned. My family's already trying to disown me. I don't need my marriage family to disown me.
But all in all, I think baseball fans are the most fairest to all in all.
Fair weather, or the most, hey, this is my team.
This is my team,
okay,
but you might support something else a little bit, but you're not going to be, I don't know, like the Dodger people and the Giants people, when they want to beat each other up or anything like that. That's a whole new ball game. That's the rivalry thing. That's a whole new. That's a whole new topic.
Now, if we're talking about fair weather fans, I gotta say football. No, I take that back. Forget football. Because football. No, who was a Carolina Panther fan before they went to the Super Bowl?
About 10,000 people that lived in Carolina.
Who were Seattle Seahawks fan before they went to the Super Bowl?
About 10,000 people that lived up in Washington.
So, I believe basketball is the worst fair weather fan. Not because, oh, this team is winning, I think it's because of the players.
Jump ship so much.
Exactly. So it's one of the. Now, don't get me wrong.
They don't have as long.
I had no idea where the hell Golden State was, because Golden State isn't a city.
No.
It's somewhere in California.
It's a state of mind. It's a state of mind.
It's somewhere in California. So when I did the trip to California, where I did the show from San Francisco,
from the Bay,
the playoff was going on, and I'm sitting there. I'm like, all right, cool. I'm gonna go see an Oakland Athletics game. I couldn't get anywhere. I didn't know Golden State was literally across the bay in fucking Sacramento. Oops, sorry. Okay, it's this seat. It's this seat, because Mr. Anderson curses when he's in the passenger seat. Oh my gosh.
And I'm usually the one that slips.
Yeah, anyways, I couldn't get anywhere. I'm like, what the heck? Golden State's near why is it not called, oh, because we have the Sacramento Kings. We have the LA Clippers and the LA Lakers.
Play in the same stadium.
Yeah, I was like, oh,
arena. They call it arena,
whatever.
Yeah, all right.
Yeah, so I just sat there and I'm like, this makes no sense. So, because everyone was a Miami Heat fan, and I'm not knocking the Miami Heat fan base. I am part of the Miami Heat fan base. I love me my Miami Heat. I love Thunder Dan Marlin. I love Keith Askins, Tim Hardaway, Alonzo Mourning, Sean Leonard.
You're talking about the LeBron James Heat fans.
When LeBron jumped from Cleveland to Miami, everybody had a freaking Miami Heat jersey.
Yeah.
Everybody. All right. So when he jumped back to Cleveland, the true Miami Heat fans stayed, i.e. me and the people I meet at Marlin Park and the people at the American Airlines Arena. But those people that jumped with him jumped back into the Cleveland jersey. And it's just like, baseball, I love Miguel Cabrera. He will always be a Marlin in my eyes. Same thing with Pudge. But I'm not going to go root for the Tigers or the Rangers or the Yankees or whoever they're playing with. Anibal Sanchez.
You gotta say it right.
I gotta say it right, or my mom mocks me about it. Anibal, love him. He's probably the reason me and my wife are still together. I'm probably going to name my first child after him, even though I can't pronounce his name. But I don't want him to do good against us.
No,
if he does good against anybody, yeah, fine, whatever. I'm not that type of fan. So, with all that said, let's get back to the main question. Worst fan base, team-wise, in baseball, Mr. Dunn?
I said, you know, with me, it's got to be, if it's a direct team, if we're talking direct team, I have more problem with the NL East teams because we deal with them more often.
Yes.
And you also got more of them fans around, like them Atlanta people that, we won 14 championships in a row.
That was 20.
20, whatever the heck it was, but you know, they only won one World Series, but you know, they don't want to hear that point of it. They just want to tell about you the 15 or whatever years in a row they won. All right, so whatever, you know. And then, like I says, you got the new age pop of Washington people, but that's still a new fan base.
That I forgive them, like I forgive the Marlin fans.
Right, and I said, you know, you got the Phillies and the Mets then, right? So, you know, I guess I'd have a problem with more of the Mets people because more Mets people talk trash to me. So I guess personally,
the Jose
incident at Marlin's Park, and
in
you know, and then I have a cousin who likes to, you know, send me messages all the time about how, you know, the Mets are so great, and, you know, we suck, but you know, that's a, you know, ball game altogether that I reminded him that we're 7-2 against them. But that's, you know getting back to Marlin family topics there. But yeah, I'd say if I wanted to go with a team, I'd say I get more trash talk from anybody out of Mets people and Braves people, but I'd say the Mets people are the worst.
All right. So we touched a little bit of this on the show.
Mm-hmm.
Because we got asked it, are Philly fans the worst fans? And I've talked about it on this channel with Mr. Anderson, because we have a friend who's a Philly fan. But he's a baseball fan. He's like me. I love baseball. I'm going to go see a Fire Frog game, even though they're not playing the Hammerheads, just because I enjoy baseball. And he's the biggest fair weather fan I've ever met. And we talked about on the show how I have not had one good instance with a Philly fan ever in my life.
Right. That definitely putting them in the worst team for you then.
Yeah, that changed last week.
That changed last week?
That changed last week.
What happened? Did you meet a Philly Angel?
So, Philly... I'm gonna get into the Philly Angel in a second, but so went to Marlin Park last Friday, so it was Fedora Day, and if I time it right, by the time this video airs later this week, the Fedora Baseball Adventures of El Tipo will air, and it'll all make sense even though he's not in it. So I decide not to sit in the Jose Hero section. Our boy Ralph got me some tickets behind the dugout.
Ralph?
Thank you, Ralph. I love those tickets behind the dugout of the Pittsburgh Pirates. So I'm in enemy territory again. I'm like, oh man, you know what? But I signed up for the Budweiser designated driver thing. I could win a jersey. I've gone to that stadium 100 times. I've yet to win.
I've yet to win one.
So I'm like, all right, whatever. So I sit down. I'm there by myself. The wife's working. In-laws are in Orlando. The Dolphins had their season ticket draft party, so my family was at that thing, so I'm by myself. This couple comes up to me and goes, excuse me, you're in my seat. The one time I'm actually sitting in the seat I'm supposed to sit in. I go, sorry, I'm in the right seat, can I see your ticket? You know, being civil, because the Jose guy can't snap at somebody at Marlin Park.
No, you can't beat up somebody at Marlin's Park.
So I look at their tickets. They're behind home plate. They're like 4 sections down, 6 rows up behind home plate.
You want those seats? Those are
I
fine.
just sat there. I'm like, your seats are actually better. They're over there. And they go, oh, we'll just sit here. So they sat next to me. So they started talking. We're having fun. They're from Argentina. One's an Oakland fan. The girl has never been to a baseball game, doesn't know what baseball is. So we're explaining this game to them. They get up and leave to go get food and a drink. I'm about to leave to go hang out with the Jose Hero because they already announced the jersey. They left their backpack. I was like, all right, I can't leave their back. I can't leave them. They've been really cool people. They've been having fun. They bring me food and beer. I didn't ask for food and beer. I'm on a diet. They brought me food and beer. I'm like, shit, all right, I can't leave now. So they get a foul ball, because remember what happened to Marcell Ozuna with me? If no one was there, I would have Marcell. Same thing. The ball literally lands next to the guy. And I'm not going to knock over a foreign girl that's never been to a baseball game when she goes back to Argentina. Stupid Americans hit me for a baseball. What the? So they got the ball. I joke with them about getting another foul ball, and the couple behind us chimes in.
Right.
I'm like, they already got a foul ball. And they're like, no way. It's like, yeah, it was in the first inning. You guys weren't here. And we started talking. So we're having fun. We're joking around. We're having a blast. So he asked me how I got these tickets.
Mm-hmm.
I go, oh, I know someone in the organization. He's like, oh, do you know the groundskeeper? I go, I met him once or twice, but I don't know him like I know other people in the organization. He goes, oh yeah, because I got my tickets from the groundskeeper. I was like, oh, how'd you get yours? Like, oh, I'm a groundskeeper from Philly.
Very cool.
What? Oh yeah, I do the grounds crew in Philly. And so he starts mocking the Marlins ground because it still says opening week on it.
Yep, I seen that too the other day on TV.
But he was really nice and joking about it and was, oh my gosh, the stadium is gorgeous. The stadium is amazing. We're here on vacation. I love the stadium. You know, don't get me wrong, I love Philly, but Marlin Park is better. This is a side. I want to go to all the stadiums. He goes, and we just start talking. We're having fun. And then he figures out I'm the Jose guy, and we keep just talking and having fun. And he even like apologizes for what happened to Jose. And I'm just sitting there this entire time going, 2 days earlier I was literally saying that Philly fans are the worst, and I've never had a good experience with a Philly fan.
And now you have.
And now it's just sat there, and his wife was amazing too. Like his wife, if you're watching, because now she follows us on YouTube because she's a professional blogger. About lifestyles, about going on trips and things like that on a budget, from what I understood. And I'm sitting there going, oh my gosh, that's our YouTube channel.
That's our whole life.
That's my YouTube channel perfectly.
That's our whole life right there.
So because of him, Philly fans are no longer the #1 worst fan base in baseball to me. You changed it, man. You changed it. I loved it. And and he worked the system, man. He had a freaking free Puerto Rican baseball jersey from that Puerto Rican giveaway. I was like, oh man. He's like, why didn't you get one? It's like, well, I'm not Puerto Rican. I mean, don't get me wrong, I love my Puerto Rican brothers and sisters, but I'm not gonna wear a Puerto Rican jersey. I'm Cuban. And I get really disowned by my family. So, because of that, I have to side with you, man. The Mets are pretty bad.
Yeah. That's between that guy that was, you know, just kind of rude little punk that was in the stands the other night.
But I could even go further than that. Mm-hmm. So when I went to the fan cave, when I became the ultimate Marlin fan.
Mm-hmm. When you started your roll to the top 10.
Yes. I sat there, and they gave me tickets to Citi Field. Mm-hmm. We were 3 rows back from third base. That was the 20-inning game.
Yes, sir, it was. I remember using
the Mets fans were chanting, we want to go home, when the Marlins were up to bat. Justin Ruggiano threw a ball into the stands when there was only 200 people left, and I got it. And all the Mets fans were yelling at me, going, you should give it to a Mets fan. I belong alongside a Mets fan. And I was like, Justin Ruggiano caught it. Justin Ruggiano, who's a Marlin, caught it and threw it to the one Marlin fan left at the game. And through the whole game, they're just sitting there just bad-mouthing me. And we win. And everyone's mad that the Marlins won, and me and my wife just started getting jeered. There's actually video. If you go back to that game and watch the Fox Sportscast, me and my wife are mad on one of the videos they get of us because through the first 3 innings, we're being heckled.
Yeah, that definitely puts him in that class. Like I said, my cousin and his trash talking, and I said a couple other people as well. But hey, I'm gonna go with Mets fan base.
But it would be Phillies if it wasn't for that one guy.
That one guy changed their life.
Changed it all, man. He was really cool. Apparently, I now have a connection in Philly.
Well, hey,
and Buenos Aires, Argentina as well. So you know, I'm just baseball adventures of El Tipo everywhere.
Worldwide.
So, all right. Enough about the fan base. We spent 16, 18, 19 minutes. And I don't like these.
Spent that long?
Yeah. Right there, Kevin says 19 minutes now. I don't like spending that long on one segment, especially when we only have, 45 minutes to talk about 2 more topics?
Okay.
All right. So, we've touched on this on the show. Not Marlins. Should baseball ban the shift?